Our goal in 1929 is the same goal we have today, to allow blind people to travel more independently and with increased self-confidence through the use of a seeing eye dog. Many blind people find that it's easier for them to go about their day-to-day activities, whatever they may be, with the assistance of a seeing eye dog at their side. Our objective is to continue to provide well-trained seeing eye dogs and the training in how to effectively use those dogs to blind men and women across the United States and Canada, and to be there when those individuals need to return for successor dogs. We have about 270 students who come to our program each year on the Morristown campus. We also provide follow-up service at home. During the course of the partnership, sometimes a graduate needs a little extra help. We're there at the end of a phone call, but if that's insufficient, then we actually send our instructors out to the graduate's home community to help them remediate a problem. Over the course of their adult lives, our graduates will return to campus 5, 6, or more times, and we provide them with a successor dog and brush up their training in how to work with that new dog. It's critical that we be there to continue to provide dogs so that the individuals can continue to lead independent lives. Our instruction and training program must evolve annually to meet the changing environment in which our graduates and their dogs work. Many things have changed over the decades. Traffic has gotten more complex, computer-controlled intersections, silent hybrid cars, and general traffic flows have gotten much more complicated. Our training is still based on the essentials from our founding, but is modified every year and must continue to be modified to meet the ever-changing environment. Our breeding program is one of our keys to our success. We have a geneticist on staff who is responsible for mating selections, and we have a breeding center in Chester, New Jersey. At any given time, there are about 50 adult breeding dogs in the center, and we produce approximately 500 dogs each year. It's essential that we produce purpose-bred dogs that are temperamentally and physically suited to the work that they will be doing as seeing eye dogs. Our seeing eye instructors are responsible for training all of the dogs. They begin when the dog is about 18 months of age, and they train each dog for 4 months. An instructor will typically work with 6 or 8 dogs during that period, and then in the 5th month, they will match that dog with an applicant. It's important to match the right dog with each applicant who comes into our programs. Many people have the misconception that the next dog is assigned to the next applicant through the door. Nothing could be further from the truth. The dog is matched on several important characteristics. Some are obvious, like walking speed. It's important that the dog walks as fast as the individual likes to walk. But more important than that are lifestyle and environment. Some people work in busy cities, hectic travel, subways, and some dogs love and thrive in that kind of environment. Other dogs prefer a more laid-back rural lifestyle, and those dogs, in turn, are matched to people who live in that kind of environment. So it's that miracle of the match that makes our program successful. The best metric of success for our organization is the over 1,700 seeing eye graduates that are successfully leading more independent lives with a seeing eye dog at their side. We look at ways to improve our program through 2 important methods. First, we help our graduates in the field anytime they have a problem in their home communities, and we use that input to tune the program and to improve the training methods. Also, all of our graduates participate in an exit interview where they talk about the program and give us their suggestions for continuous improvement. The Seeing Eye is a registered trademark name. Seeing Eye Dogs can only come from our school in Morristown, New Jersey. The generic term for dogs in general that lead blind people is either guide dogs or dog guides. Our graduates lead extremely active lives. In fact, 70% of our graduates are employed, while the national statistic today is that only 30% of blind people in the U.S. are employed. Unlike some other organizations, Seeing Eye graduates own their dogs when they leave the program. We believe it's extremely important for an individual with a disability to be treated with the respect and dignity that comes with owning their own dog when they leave the program. The Seeing Eye was the founder of the modern dog guide movement. Today, there are over 12 schools accredited in the U.S., over 4 in Canada, and over 80 worldwide. But the Seeing Eye was the first of all of those. We've been heavily involved in canine research. In fact, the Seeing Eye sponsored research that led to the identification of the gene that causes the PRA eye disorder in Labrador retrievers. That work has subsequently benefited human medicine as well. Lastly, we have a very strong advocacy program. We are involved in advocating for the rights of blind people with Seeing Eye dogs to travel independently and have access to facilities and services that are open to the general public. One of our challenges is funding. What we do is expensive. We have a tuition which hasn't changed since the 1930s. We charge $150 for the first dog and $50 for any subsequent dog. And those fees are reduced to $1 if the individual is a veteran of military service in the U.S. or Canada. But the true cost of providing a partnership is $60,000 in today's dollars, and they increase each year with inflation. Those costs include round-trip transportation for the student to come to our Morristown campus, room and board while they're in our training program, the dog, its training, the initial equipment, and the training of the individual, as well as follow-up services for the life of the partnership. Additional resources would help the Seeing Eye ensure that we're there. We're available and ready to serve individuals in the future who need Seeing Eye dogs and all of our existing graduates as they return for their successor dogs. Unlike other educational institutions, our graduates return every 7 or 8 years for a successor dog throughout their entire life. And it's extremely critical that we're there and ready with their next dog when they're ready to come and train with him or her. Our goal is to continue to do what we do and continue to do it with excellence. Quality is extremely important. Our graduates literally put their lives in the paws of their dogs every day. We have to have very, very high quality. I hope you will join us as we continue our mission of providing increased independence and self-confidence to people who are blind through the use of Seeing Eye dogs, and to help those individuals continue to lead great and successful lives.